So I got this idea because someone posted that they accidentally spilled some cheese into their morning coffee. Um, and they didn't have time to make a new cup, so they just had to take it with them to work. They were very upset about it. If you drink coffee, I'm sure at some point you've run out of milk or half and half, whatever you normally put in your coffee. So I'm going to be doing it's going to be one big video of trying different things in them that are dairy or dairy adjacent and white in color. First up, sour cream. Got just oh. If we ignore the floaties, that looks like a decent color. The things we do for art. Doesn't smell bad. That's a start. Okay, I'm just gonna have to close my eyes. This looks gross. It's not the worst thing I've ever put in my mouth. But sour cream as a milk alternative in coffee, absolute fail. Okay. I cleaned out my mug after dumping it because that was awful. But I got another thing to try. Cream cheese. I like cream cheese. And I also thought I was going to stir in better. I'll be back. Okay, this stirred in even worse than the sour cream. But it smells fine. Doesn't look good though. That is better than the sour cream. I would not call that good, but as I don't want to waste the coffee if I don't need to, I will be drinking it. I'm gonna have to space these videos out. All right, it's been a couple days, and this morning, vanilla yogurt. Doesn't really smell like anything specific. Okay, not terrible. Maybe I didn't use enough yogurt because I'm really not tasting anything. So, all right, take two. Okay, now I can taste the yogurt. And it doesn't taste like the dairy of it has reduced the coffee flavor, that acidity any. It really tastes like it's next to it and then adding a little funk. Oh, that is not good. And worse, I thought this one was going to be at least kind of decent, but no. All right, so this next one I had originally not planned, but some of the others have been so rough I wanted to treat myself a bit. So I got some whipped cream. And that may feel like a cop-out. I don't care. I gotta stir this in. I'll be back. It smells like coffee. Don't really sell whipped cream. Okay. Now we're talking. That is nice. It did take some effort to stir that in. And honestly, I think this could probably use more whipped cream, but as a preliminary taste test, whipped cream, we'll certainly do in a pinch. All right. I guess back to one of the bad ones. Well, I don't know that it'll be bad, but potentially, probably. Mayonnaise. It looks awful. Smells fine though. Honestly, I don't taste the mayonnaise in there at all. It tastes just like the coffee before I put it in. So there are worse things you could put in your coffee, but this, oh fuck, that means I'm gonna put more mayonnaise in here. We'll see. With a second heaping teaspoon. Oh, okay. Putting enough in there to do something definitely makes it worse. Don't use mayonnaise. So I've got 2 more ideas, and I was debating if I should finish it with this next one, or do it finish with the other idea. And I think to be nice to myself, I'm going to do it first. She never specified what type of cheese. But the only white cheese I have available is this mozzarella. Well, this certainly doesn't look as gross as some of the others, and the coffee is lighter. I think I'm gonna have to add more cheese. I'm not really tasting anything. And the cheese pull on this spoon is amazing. Okay. The coffee is noticeably lighter. There's also what, looks like this gorgeous caramel, but I know it's cheese tinted with coffee, so. Oh. I wouldn't call that good, but it definitely cuts some of the acidity of the coffee. It doesn't taste gross. Okay, you know what? If you're working with some bad coffee, mozzarella cheese is not the worst thing you could add in the event you were missing your milk or half and half, etc. Oh. But look at that. Doesn't that look amazing? I'm going to have to taste it, but if I didn't know better, I would think, wow, that's some good looking caramel. That is weird. That is very weird. Doesn't taste like a whole lot, but it's funky. Anyway, there'll be one more of these videos, and I already know it'll taste good, but, just end on a high note. All right. So I already know this works, but I wanted to end on a high note. And don't skip sweetening your coffee. Because ice cream does a good job of adding some sweetness, but it's, in my experience, generally does not add enough sweetness unless you're adding a lot of ice cream, which is good too. Anyway, this is going to take a while. It smells a little creamy, in addition to smelling like coffee. Yeah. That is nice. I mean, if you want to make it a dessert, you can add a lot of ice cream, especially if you have a large mug or other drinking vessel. Anyway, thanks for coming along with me on this terrible journey. So what works? Ice cream, whipped cream. The starting idea, cheese. Barely did something, but that's pretty amazing. Seemingly with everything else not working at all, or actively making my coffee bad.